Hello and welcome to A Muggle's Perspective. This is a podcast. I'm Rogge. You are Braden.
You are the listener. I am the Braden.
Yeah, that's true.
You are
Thanks
the
for
Rogge.
clarifying that. We are discussing Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, chapters 17 through 20.
That is happening right now. We are about to do some discussage.
If you would like to call in and hear your voice played on this particular podcast, you can call the Howler, our hotline, and we will play it, and it will be fun.
Yep, that number is 978-768-8370, which I believe is 978 Potter 0.
Yeah, Potter 0, yeah.
So that's 978-768-8370. It is literally just like a voicemail line, so you won't have to actually talk to anyone. It won't be awkward. You just leave a message for us, and we will react to it and respond to it on the episode.
If you are on social media, we are also on social media with an on-again, off-again presence. Consistency, not our strong suit on that part necessarily. If you would like to run our social media account, howl at me or email me or something.
If you would like to be hired for little to no pay
let's
run our social media
account,
account,
let's not throw little out there. We will pay you in like a free Patreon subscription. Like you can hear the patrons only episodes that occasionally come out. Yeah. Accepting applicants now. Rachel was going to do it and then stopped doing it. So
I'm looking at you, Bo.
Oh man. Bo and Chad just both running our social media.
Oh man. Chad Bo. Like Rambo?
I was trying to think of a Rochambeau, like a Rochadbo
reference. Rochadbo. Yeah.
Maybe that's it, and they just have to Rochambeau every week to decide who gets to do the Meme Monday. Braden, any updates on your life before we jump into chapter 17 here? You looked at a house yesterday.
We looked at a house. We're not going to buy that house.
Okay. But you know how to look at houses now.
But we've got some experience in looking at houses.
You ever go into an attic and just tap on the wood and be like, "Yep, there's the roof."
Got good bones.
yeah, good. Just like dad sayings.
Yeah. I've learned quite a bit of them. We've looked at a handful of houses, and there's a couple of sayings that just get thrown around a lot. Good bones. You'll hear that everywhere you go. Good or bad bones.
This house has been well loved.
Yeah.
It's got a lived-in feel.
Yeah, kind of an open concept floor plan.
Love open concept.
Yeah.
You ever go to a house that has a great room?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, not really. Those are typically like big houses.
Yeah, but a room that the realtor will say great room. He'll compare it to a great room.
Absolutely. Yeah. Get a lot of roof talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Almost every place. This place
3 years ago.
Roof was redone 3 years ago. Probably, or this one's got probably another 10 years of life in it.
Yeah.
How do you know that? We looked at one last night where there was this weird converted water heater that used to be run on propane and now is run on natural gas or something.
Wow. Shoot me in the face if those aren't the exact same thing. But go on.
This is literally what was being said to me.
I just assumed they were the same thing.
I don't know. But I literally looked at the realtor and was like, so is this something that I should see as a red flag? We should not buy this house because it has what looks like R2-D2 in our basement, and you're telling me it's our water heater. And he was like, and anytime like a person of that you are consulting with starts off with a high pitched
Yeah.
it doesn't exactly instill confidence.
Hmm.
So it was kind of like, if you guys loved this house, I know that this thing would function. But as a
Wow.
rule of thumb, I try to avoid these kinds of things.
Sure.
Like,
Do you have a realtor that you feel like really has your best interest in mind?
we just started working with him. Seems like a really nice guy.
Hmm.
Um,
Have you ever been with a realtor who said, "Don't buy this house"? I
yes,
would not recommend you buy this house. Okay,
yes,
you like that, and maybe I'm just a sucker, but that gets me. I'm like, okay. I had a
yeah,
realtor. Our realtor was like, honestly, I'm not living and dying on the commission that you guys are good. I'm going to get from you guys buying a house. So
right.
like, just
I
be
don't really care.
choosy and just get the right. No, it's not. You don't. He was like, I'm not pushing you into the next house that we go look at.
Yeah,
Just get
yeah,
an idea of what you like and find the perfect place.
yep. The guy that we looked with before for a while, Hannah, called him our realtor dad.
Oh, love a realtor dad.
Yeah, because he's just kind of like he's not old, but you could tell that he's got kids that are out of the house, and he just had a lot of like sage wisdom about homes.
He's
And
seen
it
some
wasn't just
things.
that. Yeah, he's seen a lot of houses. I mean, we would walk into one and be like, guys, I want to use this one as a learning experience, but you two can do better.
You ever been in a Michigan basement? You ever heard that?
I I've never been in a Michigan basement. What's that
No.
mean?
A Michigan basement is when a house is built and then they're like, crap, we actually have to have some basement here. And they just kind of dig out like a little bit, like a 5'5" basement.
Really? I've never
I
heard
don't
of
know
this.
if that's like it happens in that order or what. It has something to do with like the ground freezing or whatever. It's just like a type of basement that is not like it's less than an unfinished basement. It's like it might have a dirt floor.
Oh,
And
like a cellar.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's what's in my parents' house.
I'm sure there's a difference between a cellar and a Michigan basement, like in definition. But yeah,
Probably,
like
because
that.
like a cellar definitely has a dirt floor.
Oh, interesting. I don't. In my head, a cellar doesn't definitely have a dirt floor.
Well, my parents had always instructed me not to refer to what we had as a basement, but a cellar,
Okay.
because it had a dirt floor.
Well,
It was literally down there for the water softener, the water heater, and if we were going to be hit by a tornado. That's the only three reasons you would ever go down there, because it is disgusting. Dark and dingy.
what's the height like? What's the ceiling height like?
Really low. Hagrid would not fit.
Would I fit?
You would be like hunched over. Your neck would hurt if we were down there for like an hour and a half waiting a tornado out.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to
So,
chapter 18, I think that was a good summary of chapter 17.
yeah. I don't know. We could do some Do We Cares. Do we care about Michigan basements?
Yeah, we care.
I think so.
We care because we want our necks to not be cramped when we have tornadoes because we live in Indiana. Do we care about Michigan basements? I already got the episode title.
Bingo.
I love when episodes come out and I see the title. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I remember saying that. And then a lot of times
Yep.
I'm like, I do not remember what this joke
Yep.
was.
I do
Clearly
the
there
same
was a joke
exact
here
thing.
and I have no idea what it was.
Yeah. There have been a few that it's been like, there's no way we said that. What is that from?
Give me an
Like, is this a
example. Give me an
practical joke
example.
from Jessica? I'll have to look through the list. You can continue on. I'll find one.
So we're starting in on chapter 17 here. Educational Decree number 24. It really rolls off the tongue as a chapter title. So for the first three chapters...
Can I go ahead and go back to
yes,
it right now?
yeah, please.
So I'm talking 3 episodes back, August 29th, Durbledore.
Yeah, I've seen Durbledore a couple times in my feed.
I don't know what that
and every
is.
time I'm
You
like,
say
I don't
that?
know what this is from.
Okay. The one before that's called Bouillabaisse. At first, I didn't remember that. It took me a few minutes. I do remember saying that one. The fact that the one before that is named Harry Slides into Cho's DMs is like my favorite thing of all time.
So yeah, you get all kinds.
Yeah. Do you even squint, bro? Like what?
I
What is
don't know.
that?
I don't know what that is. What is that? Why were we talking about squinting?
April 5th, fashionista troll. I just don't even.
That means we recorded it like in February.
Wow. All right. Well, anyways, chapter 17, educational decree number 24. Rogge, I just want to get your immediate reaction after reading these chapters.
Yep.
You know, what you thought, how you felt.
Right.
Whether it's surprises, love to get some predictions out of you.
Here's what I'm saying. Love a good font change. All right. I hit page 351 and I was like, wow, this is a different font in the middle of this page. There's some bold here. You got like your big Gothic sort of lettering.
You're on 351.
Yeah. And then on 352, again, a giant seal with an M on it. Like a wax seal, not an art seal.
I think I can speak for future listeners when I say thank you for differentiating between those.
You could have gone either way. I thought you might say, I can speak for them in saying that not a single person thought you meant a sea lion.
I can say that too. That was just more mean. I chose to leave that one out.
So really in these first 3 chapters, I only found 4 points to talk about because it's just like, not that the chapters aren't full of stuff, but that there are like 4 discrete things that happen, I thought.
Yeah. Let's hit them. What do you think?
So this one, I mean, it's easy. It starts with the decree. What am I looking at here?
You're looking at basically a PSA from the ministry, telling everybody, hey, if wherever 3 or more are gathered, you need permission from the ministry, specifically from the High Inquisitor, to have said gathering. All others are considered illegal.
Yeah, and like, did you immediately recognize that this meant things like Quidditch teams?
I didn't. I immediately went where Hermione went. You know, the whole, oh, she knows about the defense against the dark arts stuff with Harry.
Yeah. Like, and this is like the next day after their meeting, right?
Yeah. Which I just want to point out, after we find out how she probably found out, I think that was a big thing I had with meeting in the Hogshead.
Oh,
that was an issue I had last week.
Right. That we're not sure if we can trust all these bystanders.
Well, yeah, and that's just like, I get where Hermione's head was, where the 3 of them were thinking like, oh, we won't see anybody we know in here, but it's also super quiet and a lot of weird characters in there that you don't know or are able to trust. So
yeah, a big group of school children is going to stand out more.
Right. That was a mistake.
Yeah, I love when Sirius was like, yeah, the 3 broomsticks is way safer. Much easier to have a conversation without being overheard.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't think that one through fully, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20.
So Umbridge passes a new rule that she is in charge of the existence of every group of 3 or more people.
Yep. Throughout these 4 chapters we read, I kept thinking communism.
Just from like a control standpoint?
Yeah, like the ministry is getting to the point now where they are listening to everything you say. They want to know everywhere you've been and where you're going. Any decision you make, you need to run it by the ministry.
But and like they're not even targeting Voldemort. They're targeting the average Joes.
Yeah.
Just as like a fear mechanism.
Yep, just kind of felt like I don't know, is the word totalitarian? Does that fit here?
It's like it's fascism.
Yeah.
The government controlling every aspect of your life. The trains will run on time. but at what cost?
At what cost?
So that's your takeaway from this decree is that, like, oh, okay, Umbridge knew. Umbridge heard them doing this, and she's just trying to nip it in the bud. Okay.
Somebody heard him.
So then we go to class, and we find an injured Hedwig.
Yeah, I was sad about this. I have a special place in my heart for Hedwig.
As we all do.
In some ways, I think she is one of the more underrated MVP candidates that we don't talk about from book to book. I think an argument could be made.
Just because she is so consistent in doing her job and doing it well.
So consistent. She does her job super well. She doesn't complain. She has some of the more physically grueling tasks out of Harry's friends in helping them defeat whoever they're going to defeat miles beneath the school at the end of every book.
That's one of my favorite things that we just started with. Me complaining about how it was described as being miles beneath the school, and then we just kept on going with that.
Yeah. Yep, I'm honestly just kind of ignoring that the last book didn't end up there.
It was miles away from the school.
Yeah.
So Hedwig gets hurt, and she was carrying a letter, and Harry was like, oh, I'll just leave class and go take it to Professor Grubbly Plank.
Yeah, whose class was he in again?
He was in History of Magic with Binns.
Yeah. I love that he just stands up and is like, I'm sick. I have to go. And Binns is like, oh, yes, sick. Okay.
I like that he's holding a large snowy owl behind his back and just like edging. He's like sidestepping through the classroom.
Owl's not making any noise. Nobody's like looking at what's behind his back.
And he's like, oh yeah, there's a letter from Sirius. Today, same time, same place.
Yeah, so, I mean, initially I was thinking like, because it says that the letter is sealed still, but Hermione points out that it wouldn't be that hard to reseal it with magic. So initially I was definitely thinking like, okay, Hedwig's beaten up, but she's still got this letter. Like, who else has seen this? And
so what do you think?
I mean, at this point, I think all things point to Umbridge. Like, she's the one that's trying to get her nose into every corner of Hogwarts.
Yeah, we're like right in the thick of Umbridge spinning her spider web and trying to just be the queen of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Like, she has no chill.
Which I think that if she was the queen of Hogwarts, they should all transfer to the French school.
It's not that far away. I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing that's going to happen is that they're going to be, like, snobby.
Yeah, you can put up with that. So, we're going to have a meeting with Sirius.
And before that, I didn't know if this interaction interested you at all. The Malfoy's doing his taunting thing, and Neville loses it.
Yeah, Malfoy obviously strikes a chord with Neville, referencing the St. Mungos, where we know from Dumbledore telling Harry that Neville's parents were kind of, that's how the end of their life looked. They were kind of mentally impaired, I guess.
Just to be clear, at this point, they're still alive.
Neville's parents?
Yeah.
I thought they had died.
That's fair. They were driven to insanity and are now living out their lives with, like, scrambled brains. They don't recognize
Uh,
Neville. They can't like do
so they're
things.
currently patient at St. Mungo's.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why I thought they had died.
Yeah. I mean, Harry compares himself as an orphan to Neville, like in his thoughts.
Yeah.
And so it's fair.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change the emotional resonance of Neville being mad about Malfoy's joke.
The emotional heft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that it adds a little bit to it. Like for me, at least understanding why Neville freaked out the way he did.
Right.
That would be hard to have both your parents just kind of mentally not there. And then to have somebody like Malfoy kind of making light of it and making fun of it. So I was a little annoyed that Harry held Neville back. Like, what did that gain anybody? Let Neville have him. I know that Harry was keeping him from Crabbe and Goyle, but I don't know. Let's see what Neville can do. Maybe he'll get a few shots in on Malfoy. Crabbe and Goyle will absolutely hurt him, but then at some point a teacher's going to step in, and hopefully at that point Crabbe and Goyle get like some serious detention time.
Because what ends up happening is,
which would affect the Quidditch match.
Yeah.
That we have in chapter 20.
I'm sure
chapter 19.
I'm sure we'll get to that, and there will be beeves at that point.
Yeah.
But it's just wild to me that Snape comes in. He's like, "Oh, Potter and Weasley and Longbottom are fighting. 10 points from Gryffindor." Like, that's not what's happening here. And
he just
also,
doesn't
like,
even try.
Why? Yeah. Are we still on the fence about Snape and his loyalties and so forth?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
we
weird.
haven't gotten
like,
a lot of in this book. It's just like, 0 points again, Potter. Like every time we see him.
Yeah, I was really hoping for some real Snape interaction and explanation in this book, and we have not gotten it so far. But Snape's such a weird character for me. I've talked about this, but like I don't even know why, but like I want to like Snape or have a reason to like Snape.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same exact time, I don't trust him at all.
I don't know how to reconcile both of those things.
You can't. And that's why.
Do you want to trust him?
Yeah, because I get that he is like a mysterious character. JKR wrote him that way on purpose. It just seems like, I don't know. It seems like he has Hogwarts' best interest in mind. At least the track record he has so far as a reader of this series.
I can just hear the music super well.
Doesn't always have Harry's best interest in mind, I guess. But
doesn't seem like he often. I mean, I guess it depends what you mean by best interest. Like, he saved Harry from Quirrell de Mort with the broomstick thing. And that's all. That's what we can point to, really, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a argument to be made that he could be a spy. And I don't have anything to argue against that. But like I said, I don't know why. Just for some reason, I hope it ends up that he is truly an ally, not an enemy.
And it would just be nice to have some clarity, either way. And it's like you can know what camp to put him in going forward.
Exactly.
The next big thing I have is conversation with Sirius.
Yes. So Sirius just sort of relays Molly's message of like, I don't want Ron participating in the Defense Against the Dark Arts stuff.
Which is wild. Like, there's no chance he's not going to.
Yeah.
Fred and George and Ginny are all in it.
It's kind of a hopeless endeavor. Also would highly encourage Harry and Hermione not to be doing that. And Sirius basically just like relays all that and says, but I think it's a good idea. Keep it up, guys.
So what do you make of this thing where, I guess it's kind of more in the beginning of the next chapter, but Hermione says, well, now I don't know if it's a good idea because Sirius does think it's a good idea. Do you have any, are there any like correlations to this in another book or another part of life? Like that there's someone whose opinion you so mistrust that like if I found out that someone that I really didn't liked the same music I did, I would like have to rethink it. Like, is this a good band? I thought they were, but
that's an interesting example. I don't know. That's a good one, I guess. I would hope that I'm not that snobby about music, but there are some bands that it's been like you thought that they were kind of underground, like not that many people knew about them, so you felt cool.
Yeah.
And then you talk to somebody, they're like, "Yeah, I've been jamming that new album," and you're like, "Oh, yeah, I used to listen to that. They're all right."
I will take it to my dying day. I promise you, I liked Fun before they were big, before the commercials and stuff. I really liked. I still really do like that first album. And then when the commercial came on during the Super Bowl that had "We Are Young" playing behind it, there were people around me that were like, "Oh, isn't that by that band you like?" And I just saw it slipping away from me. I was like, this was a thing that I had, and now I have to slowly become out on it because it's popular and I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
So that's Hermione's stance here. I mean, Sirius, like we get a lot of conversation with Sirius, but I mean, do you have takeaways?
I think my takeaway is just that it leaves you, because I think we always, as the reader, or we have been conditioned as the reader to use Hermione's character as like the sense of logic.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it leaves you skeptical of Sirius. And we were already kind of moving towards that, just knowing how he's been so cooped up and like might not be having the kid's best interest in mind because he doesn't feel like he's a helpful asset to the order right now. But I think Hermione acknowledging that in the moment, that was the most skeptical of Sirius I had felt so far.
When what she's saying basically is that he's living vicariously through them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty perceptive to pick up on as it's happening.
Right. And I have a tough time opposing Hermione on anything that requires like discernment like that. So I don't want to say that like she has like, well, that's what Hermione thinks, so that's what I think. But I'm kind of saying that.
So a couple do we cares here for chapter 17. Do we care about the thing where if a boy tries to get into the girls' dorm, then the stairs turn into a slide?
It was a nice touch of humor. Might be a subtle reminder from JKR of like teenage boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff going on. Feelings, emotions.
As Ron said, the girls can go into the boys' rooms.
Yeah. I didn't really know what to do with that. I wouldn't say I cared a lot about it, but
sure.
It was kind of a weird thing for her to throw in there.
It is, yeah. Do we care about... This is just another one of the things I do every week, which is just like say the thing they're working on in class. Do we care about strengthening solutions?
Yeah, I kind of cared about this one more than past
Was it because
things
Umbridge
in
was like,
class
"Are
brought
we
up.
sure are we sure we should be teaching them something that strengthens them? Are you sure they should be
Yes,
learning?"
and that Snape is teaching it.
Oh, he's low key like actually trying to teach them useful stuff.
Yeah, I don't. Snape doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would waste his own time.
I guess that's true. It'd be like if I'm teaching Spanish and I insisted on in the first year having like video game and sports vocabulary.
Which would be awesome.
I did always push for sports to be included in the first year curriculum because my whole thing is like kids are going to learn more if it's something they care about. And so you do
Yes.
food. Like do food. Everyone can relate to food. You can do fashion, you can do clothing words. That's, you know, you from your Spanish career, you probably remember more clothing and food words than anything else.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I mean, like I don't know, because yeah, the book always wants you to like talk about like interpersonal relationships a lot and stuff, and it's like that's not what kids care about. That's not what middle schoolers care about for sure.
Right.
Is like using those. They care about it, but they don't know they care about it. Like using that vocab. Anyway, do we care about Umbridge? What's it called? Inspecting Snape's class. Was there anything that happened there that we cared about, or we even found interesting or noteworthy?
Her question asking why he has applied so many times for the defense position. I thought that was curious. And Snape's reaction of holding in his rage.
That's his reaction to everything, is to hold in
Right.
rage.
Right. I don't know. That was. I didn't know what to do with it. I just thought that was a weird question.
And she keeps prodding about it. Like, well, why hasn't Dumbledore given it to you?
Right. And a weird question to ask, being the one who is in the role of defense against the dark arts teacher.
Yeah.
Like really rubbing the salt into the wound there.
Weird that I got this job and you didn't. Isn't that weird?
Haven't you applied for it like a lot of times?
Man.
Why do you think he won't give it to you? Why do you think he thinks you're not good enough?
I guess at this point, like you just really aren't good enough.
Should you even be teaching this class?
I guess it's just something unimportant like potions.
Isn't your nose kind of big?
Do you
Who
know what
cuts your
shampoo
hair?
is? Can you make a shampoo potion? A shampootion?
Shampoo.
Do
I'm
we,
waiting for the
Yeah.
chapter where McGonagall just hits her in the face.
like backhand?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely backhand. Or just open hand front ways slaps her.
Have you seen Key and Peele's sketch, the front hand backhand sketch?
Yeah. Yeah. Front hand! Backhand!
Oh, just when I'm getting good at front hand backhand.
Yes, I have seen that. That's a good one.
It's I think it's my second favorite.
If you, listener, have not seen that Key and Peele sketch, you should check that out. It may not match your sense of humor, but it's culturally relevant.
Do we care about Umbridge putting Trelawney on probation? Another weekly thing, me asking if you care about Trelawney, so you can be like, I guess I'm supposed to because you keep asking me, but no. I'm sorry, it's just what happened in this chapter. Like, it's just what I have to ask about.
Yeah. I cared just because maybe that means they'll stop having to go to that class.
You're on Umbridge's side.
not not on Umbridge's side, but like I hope JKR gets me to the point of why Trelawney is relevant at some point, because it feels like it's dragging on forever.
Okay, that's fair.
Although we do get some later on here, I can't remember if it's 18 or 19, but Harry kind of reading Voldemort's mind almost is how Ron interprets it. So maybe he's learning something from Trelawney.
Yeah, Ron does compare him to Trelawney.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm not seeing the future. I'm seeing his present. So it's like scrying or whatever. Chapter 18, Dumbledore's Army. Love a good chapter title. Dumbledore's Army.
That is a good chapter title.
So we kind of already touched on my first point, which was Hermione doubting Sirius.
We also didn't mention from the last chapter that Sirius ends up leaving, his head ends up leaving the fire because we see Umbridge's hand like reaching for him.
What do you think about that?
She was definitely reading his mail, Harry's mail.
I think you just quoted the first line of chapter 18. Umbridge has been reading your mail, Harry. There's no other explanation. We go to Quidditch practice, which is notable in that it is wet. And then we kind of already touched on it. Harry feels
Toss it over to Ollie for our weather report.
Yeah. Oh,
It's wet.
I don't know what that is.
Family Guy.
Okay. Harry notices that Voldemort is angry. Right? And then realizes that he
make the connection on how he's just deciding that or predicting. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've tried to put some labels on when Harry's scar hurts.
Uh-huh.
And it's never truly been like identified, I guess. Like, yes, this is exactly what's going on with Voldemort whenever Harry's scar hurts.
So what I think Harry's saying is that he can sense the different kind of emotions as part of the pain, or like the emotion he feels that emotion, or like the effects of it a little bit.
So like he experiences some of the same emotions.
Yeah, but not like he's actually happy about what's going on. He just like experiences them from a third
Voldemort's
person.
emotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
That's
doesn't
weird.
make more sense, but it like we're there where we get what we mean when we say it, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, looking back on it, I remember like a weird swooping feeling of happiness during the Umbridge thing when my scar hurt, and that was what led them to believe that maybe Voldemort was controlling Umbridge.
Right. Yeah, that connection between him and Voldemort is weird, and
it's vague.
I am still going with my ridiculous prediction that it's somehow familial.
Yeah, why not? We've seen much more ridiculous things.
We have.
The next point that I had here is Dobby. Harry wakes up to a Dobby for not the first time in his life.
Yeah. Harry was also dreaming of a windowless corridor with a door at the end, and he desperately wants to go through that door.
Mm-hmm. What does that say to you?
Oh, man. Because that's where Cho lives?
Okay, let's keep this family friendly, Braden.
I said nothing that would insinuate otherwise.
You implied that Harry wants to open Cho's door and go inside of it.
Whoa!
That's what you said.
I said that's where Cho lives.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was Cho's door.
Then what's
While those are the same thing
same
in concept, in what we're talking about right now, that is not.
So you're saying that Harry doesn't want to go into Cho's door?
I don't know.
He desires to go into the door, the end of the corridor.
He desires to be where Cho is what I was trying to say.
He wants to go to Cho's house to hang out with her.
Yeah.
But not by going through her door.
He just wants to be in the same place If that happens to be Cho's house, great.
Meeting Cho's parents.
Sure. I'm sure her folks are great.
Getting some like Chinese 5-spice flavored fish and chips. What's Cho's ethnicity? Can you combine British food and like any Asian cuisines?
I have no background to speak on that.
It's like sushi, but instead of rice, it's like potato.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know that much about the cuisines of either of those cultures.
That's not true. You know what sushi is. You know.
I don't eat very much
about,
sushi
like-
because I'm allergic to shellfish.
Really?
Yeah, not confirmed, but whenever I eat shellfish, my throat gets really itchy and it gets hard to swallow. And so Hannah told me to never eat it again.
Hannah looked
So
up on
I tried to
WebMD
not to.
what that's a symptom of. I'm
Network
surprised.
connectivity problems.
I'm just glad that Hannah gave you a concrete answer. Like I could picture you like slicing your hand open while chopping an onion or something. And Hannah's like, "Well, I mean, I don't see a lot of slices, so like I couldn't tell you how bad that is." You're like, "Am I gonna need stitches?" She's like, "The jury's out on the stitches." You hear?
In some ways, I could see that where you would need stitches, but there's like an argument to be had that you wouldn't.
You can make good points on both sides. There's fine people on both sides of the stitches debate.
No,
Some
she was
very fine
not.
people.
She was on one side of the should Braden eat shellfish debate, and it was the no side.
That's pretty shellfish of her.
So, so I don't do that
All
anymore.
right, thanks for listening to A Muggler's Perspective. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. You can just hear them wiping tears out of their eyes. You know that's what they're doing.
You
on
can
that track.
hear them getting paid to make a laugh track.
Oh man. Oh man.
Too funny. Too funny.
I tell you. So Dobby mostly just wants to talk about how he's like, I love cleaning Gryffindor Tower because that's where Harry lives. And maybe one day he'll be sleeping out in the common room. And today is that day, Harry Potter.
Today's the day.
So, real quick, rapid fire. What are your thoughts on that Dobby's been picking up all of the clothes that Hermione's been leaving out for the house elves?
I mean, if we're being honest, I think it's kind of funny.
Why are you reticent to share that opinion?
Well, I mean, like I appreciate what Hermione's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just she's so adamant about everything, and I think it's just kind of funny that Dobby's like counteracting what she's doing, and she doesn't know it.
But like sincerely, he's not like trying to screw her over. He's like, ooh,
Yeah.
another hat. Ooh, another hat.
Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's funny. I also think it's funny how he is just taking care of Winky whenever she gets schmammered.
On Butterbeer.
Yeah. Like he takes her. That's how we find out about this. Like, what do they call it? The room of, crap.
It's not the room of crap.
It's not the room of crap. It is
The come and go room.
the come and go room, but it's like the room of another R word, right? Dang it, where's that at? Why can't I remember it? You're just gonna let me drown here.
Oh,
aren't you?
I am not going to tell you where or what it is, though I know the answer to both.
Cool. I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, thanks.
Room of requirement.
There you go.
Bingo.
So when you picture a room of requirement, what are you picturing?
I pictured a room that wasn't actually there. There's just a door that shows up when you really need it.
And
but
then what's inside?
Cho.
Braden was so happy, guys. Cho's inside because that's what Harry really needs.
Yeah.
He
In his
doesn't.
moment when he needs it the most, he will find the door to Cho.
It's not Ginny.
They're
It's
just
Cho.
young and immature right now. They don't understand that they're meant for each other.
I
It's
don't.
okay.
Which one is it? If it's need versus want, is this like the hero the city of Gotham deserves versus needs?
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it is Ginny on the other side of that door.
Okay, because like the broom is smarter than Harry. It's wiser than Harry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What's Ginny doing? She's just sitting there, just waiting.
She is like Rapunzel, so she has hair that's just like 80 feet long,
Okay.
and she's like combing it at her vanity at like, and you open the door and she's at like the top room of a castle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that really leads us to our first meeting.
We're working on some Expelliarmus stuff.
Yeah, I just want to know kind of what you thought about Harry teaching this class, how it went, how people reacted.
I think he's becoming a natural educator.
A
People
noble
listen to him.
profession.
Yep. He's a good leader. Um, seems like people are improving by the end of the lesson.
True. To play devil's advocate here, it is not difficult to teach a group of people that is highly motivated to learn what you are teaching them. Like self-motivated.
That's a good point.
Every single person that is here, to some degree, went because they really want to learn what's happening here and they feel like they need to.
Yeah, that is a big difference.
There's a lot of intrinsic motivation going on here. Some extrinsic motivation, but a lot of intrinsic motivation. As an easy group of people to work with.
Absolutely.
People are only asking him sincere questions and are paying attention.
You speak like you haven't ever experienced this.
Oh, no, I have been at Harry Potter Club before. The club that I ran where like 6th, 8th grade girls who are really into Harry Potter would come and would listen to the rules. Rachel and I set up like an incredibly elaborate scavenger hunt around the school. And the kids paid attention to like what the rules were for that. Some of them did end up cheating.
That kind of sounds like the most roguey thing I've ever heard. That you set up an elaborate Harry Potter scavenger hunt around the school.
Yeah, it was pretty roguey. We had to like buy it online, like the setup for it, and then edit it to have the right like rooms and locations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good.
Cool.
I was
That's
on
cool.
Ravenclaw, but I didn't help them. They were allowed to use books, but they had to like carry the set of Harry Potter books wherever they went. And so it's like these 3 middle school girls carrying like 4 Harry Potter books, and it's just like that's weighing you down eventually.
So Harry teaches some self-motivated kids how to get better at Expelliarmus. We get some flirtation here between him and Cho.
Mhm.
She accidentally lights her friend on fire,
Mm-hmm.
which we've all done in the presence of someone we've got a crush on.
Yeah, it seems like a kind of a heavy-handed metaphor.
Yeah. Oh.
Harry gets Expelliarmus by Neville because he's not paying enough attention.
Don't sleep on Neville.
So after this lesson, we're hopeful. We're like, this is going well.
Yeah, Dumbledore's army is forming.
Now, so yeah, I did want to get your thoughts on that specifically. That name, Dumbledore's Army. Ginny came up with it.
Yeah, I appreciated Jenny's shot at irony.
Mm-hmm.
It seems a little misguided.
How so?
Um, well, presumably this isn't like the name of this group is going to get said amongst just in conversation around Hogwarts, whether
Okay.
they mean for it to or not. So a term like that starts getting thrown around. People get curious. People are going to talk about it to other people. And in a climate right now where the ministry has Umbridge in there, literally trying to learn every detail about everybody's lives and make sure that there is nothing that could be construed as let's learn how to defend ourselves against Voldemort, who's not actually alive. That just seems like you're inviting Umbridge to try and shut this thing down. Like I think I would have thought they'd come up with something totally off the wall, random.
Like the name of a Quidditch team or something like that.
Yeah, or like a cool wizarding band name.
Like Slither. What were some of the ones? What were some of the ones that we got?
I can't
Basilisk
even.
or
There was something about a cauldron, right?
yeah,
Like
called them
the
with the backwards K, like corn.
yes, which I actually really like that one.
I mean, the Death Eaters, like that could be a band name, but that's not what they're going for.
Harry and the McGonagalls.
Oh man, the McGonagalls would be a great backing band.
Yeah.
So what you said about the phrase Dumbledore's army being heard somewhere around the school and being taken out of context, that happened to me in 8th grade. We, Eric and I and a couple other people rode the bus every morning from the middle school to the high school to take geometry and then got another bus ride back. And so we had, whenever there's a delay or, bad weather or something, there's like all kinds of wrenches being thrown in that would allow us to just be like hanging out. And so we're in
Yeah.
some other teacher's room, just like chatting it up, maybe before school, waiting for our weird bus. And just in the conversation, someone said the word bomb. And
Oh no.
and this is like in the middle of, we're getting bomb threats. This is like 2005, pretty much the height of like some of that kind of stuff. And so, and a kid had just happened to be walking by and heard it and went to the principal and was like, I heard them talking about bombs. And so the principal came to us and was like, listen,
They're talking about bombs.
I don't think that you guys, I mean, we're like, I'm not saying like we're the top 5 students at the school, but like we're the math kids getting sent to the high school to take math. Like we're not the kids calling it the bomb threats pretty clearly. He was like, I understand that either you were joking or like whatever, it was taken out of context or whatever, but like you just, you gotta be careful what you say and when people are hearing you. And we were like, you're really lecturing us on this because a kid took just a word in a sentence out of context? Sweet. So that's what happened to me.
You were actually just trying to say that geometry is the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it was the bomb.
This kid was just like, what? Bomb?
Sometimes on the way back from geometry, our bus driver, on the way to pick us up to take us back to the middle school, she would go through Burger King and get us French toast sticks.
Wow. Can we have this driver on the pod?
It was amazing. And like, I want to be clear. We're talking about a full-size school bus that 5 children are riding from the Crawfordsville High School to Tuttle Middle School. R.I.P.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, we got to know her pretty well. It was great. Okay, The Lion and the Serpent is really an entire chapter about one Quidditch match in which,
in which
as
Ron
far as
sucks.
I can see, a couple of relevant things happen. So, are we interested at all in the lead up to the match, in Luna's hat, in Ron being nervous, or we just want to skip to the match?
I just keep trying to pay attention to Luna because I feel like she's a weird enough character that I should be, but it's stuff like this. I'm like, oh, there's Luna. I should pay attention. And then it's like, I made a hat and it growls.
It does growl.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, at least we're okay. We're gonna play Quidditch now.
Yeah. And the Slytherins have taken the Slytherins is actually honestly really it's good. It is. It's smart
really
and it's
is.
witty.
It's I thought the same thing, and I'm really glad you said that. The whole time Jim Dale was singing it through the speakers of my truck, I was like, this is well done.
Like Draco is Draco on the Quidditch team at this point?
Yeah,
No.
he's still the seeker.
Yeah. And so who is it? Does it say Fancy Parkinson is conducting
I think
the like choir?
I think so.
That's funny.
It is.
They had to stay up. Like they worked on it and they put a tune together. And they were like, everyone learn all these lyrics and then like sit there like people in a choir. That'll be funny.
It is. I hate it for Ron, but as a former active member of the cheer block at
Sure.
my high school,
Yes.
and thinking of ways to make fun of kids from the other team, I can respect and really appreciate the time and effort that went into this for the Slytherins.
Like, you've heard it before saying that someone that's bad on the other team is like actually your best player. Like that's a Twitter joke that gets thrown around a little bit.
Sure.
When there's an own goal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to really lean into it, and especially
and just write a song about it,
knowing that guy struggles with nerves and confidence.
Yeah.
Specifically, it's
clearly
well
got
done. It did get to him
so much. Live update: Hannah has just brought me some hot, fresh Freshetta pizza.
Oh, what's the tagline? Wow, that's a lot of Freshetta. What's the tagline on the box? It's like fresh
kitchen fresh pizza.
Kitchen fresh.
Honestly, it is. It's fresh right from my kitchen.
Kitchen fresh pizza.
So I think we can agree that Freshetta lives up to the hype. It's not just like a tagline on a box.
Spot the lie. Like I'll wait. It's kitchen fresh pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. What can I say? They deliver on their promises.
Not deliver. You
It's-
can't say deliver. That's part of our contract for our scholarship is that we can't say deliver.
Okay. Well, it's just gonna make a phone call and doesn't act
Is
like
she
I don't.
calling? Is she calling for
podcast
Shetta?
going on right now.
Is she calling for Shetta? Are you asking her?
We'll talk about it later.
Let me just grumble into the mic. Okay. So like that's what happens is that they come up with a really cool song. It throws Ron way off his game. Gryffindor wins because Quidditch doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like I knew they would. I knew that Harry would end up finding the snitch. It's become too predictable.
So that's what's unfortunate about it is its predictability.
A little bit, but I also want to say I'm a big Ron Weasley fan, and so for you other Ron Weasley fans, don't hate me. But after like that third goal, don't you think you'd yank him?
Who's the backup keeper? Who's the coach? Can Angelina do that? I guess
I
she
would think
can.
so.
Who's the sub?
Do they not have any bench players? Is it literally just whoever shows up is on the pitch?
We don't know of any bench players. I mean, at the end of the chapter, spoilers, Harry gets kicked off the team forever. At the end of the chapter, Angelina's like, well, now we don't have a seeker, you know? She doesn't say, now we have to put in Neville, our backup seeker. So, I mean, yeah, it's not good. You yank him after the third goal. I thought you were gonna say like Ron, buck up.
No, I just, it's like a pitcher in baseball. Like some days it's just not your day.
Mm-hmm.
You're just getting rocked, and like you just need to get out of there, move on.
Here's what I'm
Go
wondering.
get the next one.
Can I get a scrimmage? Can I get a scrimmage and figure out that Ron can't handle the pressure? Can we scrimmage with Oliver Wood's team at Puddlebeer United? Can we scrimmage Hufflepuff?
Yeah. Seems like that would be beneficial. I also like, why can we only have Ron as keeper? Can we not move him around a little bit, see where maybe he fits better?
Okay. Yeah, I guess
So really, this is all on Angelina as the coach.
not enough creativity, no flexibility.
I think we can safely say Angelina's on the hot seat.
I mean, this is like, is this a Matt Nagy situation? I don't know if you watched the Packers Bears game last night. That Bears offense did not look good.
It was bad.
The Trubisky heads out there.
You got to risk it for the Trubisky.
Yeah, and it was risked, and the Trubisky was not achieved. But Harry, like we said, Harry does catch the snitch, and then Goyle just whams him with a bludger after the whistle.
Low. Scummy move.
And then what page am I on here? Malfoy just starts ripping into the Weasley family.
Yeah, like this is. I don't. I guess there's no level of scum that I haven't been able to like expect from Malfoy. But this is just like he does sink a little bit lower here. Like he's so embarrassed of losing and so full of hatred that he talks about Ron's mom, talks about Harry's mom, starts talking about how he's poor, born in a bin.
And then Malfoy just talking about, like the moms, and like he's a lot of stink references is about how muggles smell. And Harry's mom was brought up by muggles, and so they, that smelled.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
there's just not an ounce of decency in Malfoy.
Well, and the thing is, like, he wasn't going to stop.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was going to keep saying that stuff, and it was going to keep getting worse.
And then McGonagall reacts appropriately. She's like, "You can't beat him up. I understand he provoked you. I'm gonna give you detention." And it's just insane that Umbridge has 100% authority, because, like, you got to have to take a step into the world of education. When you're punishing a kid, you don't just get to lay out whatever punishment you see fit. There's a rubric. You have to show why this punishment meets this behavior, because it's clearly outlined. You don't just get to be like, "Oh, I don't like you. You're banned for Quidditch for life." You can't jump to the death penalty.
Yeah, and I mean, this is another situation for me where, like, where is Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Why is he not a part of this?
On page 415, McGonagall is like, "Help? What do you mean, help?" And Umbridge says, "Why, I thought you might be grateful for a little extra authority." And that's where McGonagall needs to pull the glove off. McGonagall's got to be, what, 1.5 feet taller than Umbridge in your head? In my head, for no reason, McGonagall's a tall woman. Like, I don't know if this is corroborated in the books.
Yeah, I think in my head she would be too. Like, just kind of tall and slender. And
that's what we see in the movie. I mean, Dame Maggie Smith just inhabits the character of McGonagall.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be towering over Umbridge.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just really wanting a moment where McGonagall snaps. I don't think we're going to get it, but I would love to see her just really, like, rear back and give Umbridge a nice slap.
It would be so good. Like Hermione did with Malfoy near the end of the third book.
Exactly.
So, do you have any thoughts about the ban, Harry, Fred, and George? What does this mean for the Quidditch team? What does this mean for Harry's future? Is this permanent? She said banned for life. How confident are you that that's going to apply?
I don't think it's permanent. It definitely won't last farther than the end of this book.
Why not?
Because I think it'll come out in the end that like Umbridge is either being controlled by Voldemort or is like a spy for Voldemort, and they'll defeat her miles beneath the school, and order will be restored, and Harry will
Kitchen
be
Fresh
returned.
pizza.
Exactly. It'll all be Kitchen Fresh pizza in the end.
Wow, another episode title.
I also, though, in the meantime, while he's suspended, would really love to see what Hermione can do on the pitch.
I thought you were going to say you really want to see what he can do if he takes his hand writing songs about Malfoy. Malfoy is a big dumb jerk. I love to punch his ugly face. That's what Gryffindors all sing. Malfoy is a dweeb.
Harry just becomes like mysterious punk rocker Harry, and just kind of goes off on his own and starts writing songs. Gets really musical.
There's like guitar solos.
Harry and Ron just don't cut their hair for the rest of their time at Hogwarts.
We've already seen that movie.
Yeah.
And then end of the chapter, we get a little bit of a stinger about Hagrid coming back. So what were your thoughts when you first saw that?
Finally. Been waiting for it. Excited for it. Missed me some Hagrid. Glad to know he's alive. I was a little worried about that. Because Hagrid seems like the type of lovable character that you kill off.
Wow. Is that a prediction?
Yeah, I think so. I think Hagrid will die before the end of this series in like a sad
prediction.
Yeah.
Like a sacrificial death.
Yep.
It's
something
definitely
like that.
Hagrid only dies throwing himself in front of Harry, right?
Right. I really hope I'm wrong. But he just seems like that type of character to me.
Yeah. Well, because he was Harry's like security blanket, and so Harry can't like fully grow up until he's shed the last thing, which is like the guy that brought him into the world and was always looking out for him.
Right.
Wow. So this next chapter takes place pretty much 100% inside of Hagrid's cabin. And it's Hagrid telling the story of what he did all summer. Oh, do we care? Do we care about Crabbe and Goyle on the Quidditch team?
Not really. I mean, I kind of expected it at some point.
Yeah, it's just a natural continuation. Do we care about the coin galleon communication devices?
Yeah, I thought that was a super cool idea. I think I forget who throws out the idea, though, that they could accidentally spend it. That seems like a real concern.
I feel like it's like Hermione or Harry. And Ron's like,
although,
won't happen to me, don't have any galleons.
I was trying to remember how much a galleon would equate to. Like, is that...
It's a lot.
It's a lot, so it's not something you would just flippantly spend.
Yeah, I feel like a galleon is... I'm sorry, guys, that I don't know this off the top of my head. A galleon is a lot. It's like over $100, I think. And with inflation, I mean... And in dog years, that's like $700. Okay, so Hagrid is back. Step 1, Hagrid's face is jacked up. Your thoughts?
Well, I'll be honest, definitely was thinking, like, I think we all were waiting to hear about how this relates to giants. So I'm like, oh, a giant tried to eat him and, like, stuck his head in his mouth first.
A giant baked him into a pie.
Yeah, and a giant was kind of, like, chewing on him a little bit. And then Madame Maxine like gave him a swift elbow to the stomach or something, or kind of made him spit Hagrid out, you know?
Yeah, spit take kind of thing, yeah. So you figured that it was giant related, but your first thought wasn't concern. You weren't like, oh man, somebody hurt Hagrid, like the big strong Hagrid.
No, it was a little concern because, we've had Hedwig come back injured. Now we're having a Hagrid come back injured.
Hadwig.
Hadwig. So at first it was kind of like, well, crap, is anybody that leaves Hogwarts just getting the crap eaten out of them? Like, hey, tell us what you know, or we're going to beat you to death.
That's fair, yeah. Valid worry. I mean, if someone found Sirius on the street, I'm sure it wouldn't go well.
Right. So yeah, he's pretty beat up. He's bloody and cut up, and he's got black eye and not good.
What do you think is with Hagrid's seeming unwillingness early on to tell Harry, Ron, and Hermione about his trip? He's evasive.
I don't know. I thought some of it might be like pride, like that Hagrid couldn't hold his own out there or something. He didn't want him to think that. But I think also he probably thinks that they are still in the dark as far as like that they don't know what's going on. So he's trying to keep it a secret, which we all know he's super good at.
That makes sense. I hadn't considered that he doesn't know the extent of their familiarity with the Order. My next question, point 3 here. Thoughts on Madame Maxime being involved? Was this just a given for you all along that he was with Maxime? Does this cement anything for you in terms of their relationship? You're like, oh yeah, giant babies. Half giant, quarter giant babies.
I think definitely quarter giant babies.
I guess
in fact, let's be honest, they spent some time together in a cave on this trip, so that may be coming sooner than we think.
He maximized his time with her.
Oh! Perfect. I just want to let that roll, Let everybody feel and wipe away the tears.
So, right, for you, it's Hagrid and Maxime are a couple at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. It was a little surprising that Maxime went, though, just from a standpoint of... I assume that would mean that she's helping. Like, she's on Dumbledore's team, then, of... Maybe, like, is she in the Order? I don't know.
Maybe. So then, do you want to go specific with how Hagrid's time with the Giants went, or do we want to give just an overarching view of like, okay, he was with the Giants, he tried to do this, and then he left? Do you care about the specifics? Do you know the names of any of the other Giants? Or like, how well did you grasp the details? Yeah.
Carcass was the king. Mm-hmm. He's the one that they bring gifts to.
Mm-hmm. The Gurg.
Yes. But then he is, because apparently giants are not meant to live together in such close quarters, so they fight a lot, which I don't fully understand, but whatever. And so they get into a big giant fight, and Gurg's head...
Giant fight.
So then they rip Carcass's head off. So he's no longer the king. Can't be a king with no head. Mm-mm. And Golgamath, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Is the new Gurg. And he's not as warm and inviting. And Him and his guys beat the crap out of Hagrid.
So much so that
But more
Hagrid is still
importantly,
hurt.
they are a little bit more inclined to hear the Death Eaters and what they have to say.
Which I don't understand. Like, are you anti-wizard? Or are you just anti-good wizard? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. Yeah, I didn't get it either. I was hoping you would.
My guess is that as the new Gurg, he feels political pressure to be against Hagrid and Maxime because Carcass was working with them. So it's not so much the principle of the thing as the optics. And so he can go. He's like, "Oh, you guys don't like them." It's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. So he doesn't like them on
Right.
principle because Carcass liked them, and so because he knows the Death Eaters are against them, then he's with the Death Eaters because they also don't like Hagrid, which is pretty convoluted. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
And then the chapter ends with Umbridge showing up at Hagrid's. Were you expecting this?
Yeah, eventually. I didn't think it would happen so quick. But her concern with the footprints outside make me think that she's trying to keep an eye on everybody, but she's keeping an eye specifically on Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Like, really hardcore.
Mm-hmm. Because she's asking questions as if she already knows.
Yeah.
Like they're in here somewhere, or they've been here tonight. I just want to give you the chance to say it out loud and admit it.
It's surprising to me that she's as subtle as she is.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. But Hagrid's back, so I'm glad of that. And he's going to teach again, at least for a little while until Umbridge tries to get rid of him. And we should have some interesting classes.
Yeah, how do you think that's going to go? Is Umbridge going to give him a fair shake? Is it just that he's too associated with Dumbledore?
I think it's that he's just too associated with Dumbledore, but I also know that his teaching methods probably aren't going to bode well for his evaluation.
Just because he's too prone to bring like dangerous animals in and stuff like that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully he consults Hermione or something before planning some of these lessons.
Right.
So that's all I had for these 4 chapters. We're really... The way I feel right now is that we're kind of on the brink of something. Like Hagrid's back. Umbridge is a couple educational decrees in. That train doesn't seem like it's going to stop rolling. I mean, I don't want to put predictions in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
what's the next step
stuff
here?
is only going to get worse.
Yeah, the fascism stuff, the anti-fascism, the classes and stuff, that just kind of started. I mean, there's no way that just started and it's going to get killed off in the next 2 chapters. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So what do you see the next step being? Where are we going?
I'm trying to think what other things Umbridge can involve herself in. I mean, at this point, she's in classes. She's evaluating teachers.
Umbridge
She's taking Quidditch away.
She makes herself the teacher of all the classes. She starts kicking out more teachers. I'm teaching Transfiguration now.
Yeah, honestly, I could see it becoming where she starts getting rid of teachers she doesn't see as being a fit and starts bringing in more ministry talking heads.
Mm-hmm. That'd be wild. Percy comes in to teach like Muggle studies or something.
Christmas. Kill me.
Like, there's no way Percy comes to the school and Fred, George, and Ron don't like actually fight him.
Right.
Jiminy Christmas. I'm trying to think of ministry people we knew.
I would love to have as little Percy in my life as possible. So
Yeah, I think we all would echo that.
thank you, editress Jessica, for having to put up with all of this.
Wow.
Thank you, producer Jeremy.
Yeah.
Thank you, wives. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, Hagrid.
We will see you on the next episode of A Muggle's Pizza, covering chapters 21 through 24 of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Let me look, make sure there's no reason we can't do 4 chapters again. Next, we are booking through Order of the Phoenix. I feel like we're pretty much fully halfway. And it feels like we just started. Oh, yeah, we're halfway. Okay.
It was sitting on our dresser last night, my copy of it, and Hannah was just like, that book is freaking huge.
She was right.
It's like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, 4. We can do 4 chapters. That'll be good 4 chapters.
21 to 24. You heard it here first.
Oh, and then the next 4 chapters will also be good. I'm here for it. Here's the next title of the next chapter, Braden. The Eye of the Snake.
Uh-oh.
What's that about?
Got another basilisk underneath the school.
Immediately, boom. It's another basilisk.
Got it.
Umbridge makes Harry take her down to the Chamber of Secrets. She's like, I know you know about this. She's poking her nose into everything. It's like you said.
And then he feeds her to a basilisk down there.
Another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the Freshetta pizza I'm going to eat while we talk about it.
Yeah, keep us updated on like flavor profiles that you're looking at for next week. We didn't even get into the crispiness question on if you go underdone or if you go a little bit extra crispy, or like, are we talking pan or are we talking directly on the rack? Like there's a lot to unpack.
There's a ton of content yet to be discovered with that, and we're trying to keep it under 2 hours at this point. I mean, we could do a whole nother show on just the deliciousness that is Freshetta,
and that sounds like you're not being sincere, but we are. We will do an entire show about Freshetta pizza if compensated properly. And by compensated, I mean if you send us free pizza.
To be fair, we would do that with a lot of products.
Yeah, if you
I don't want to discriminate.
If you are a different company of any kind, or you work for a company, and you would like us to hawk your wares, you've seen how good of a job we did. We just started with Freshetta, and we're already where we are. You know, we didn't plan any of this. Think about it. If we had planned, we can. I will absolutely. I will absolutely write an entire, like, Freshetta is our king, like, parody song of Weasley is our king, like, if need be. Like, that's not a problem, and I'll do it.
All right. Nobody else is listening at this point.
We can just we can say whatever we want now.
Yep.
I have hemorrhoids. It's from The Office. Have you seen the episode where
I declare bankruptcy?
When Ryan takes a bunch of the guys, like a bunch of other branch managers, on a wilderness retreat, but not Michael, and he gets really jealous. So he goes on his own wilderness retreat. It's like, the great thing about pants is that it can be anything. It can be a tent. I can sew it back together and wear it as a coat. And Dwight's looking at him through the scope of his, like, hunting rifle, and he's like, the safety is click on. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to play us out.
Thanks.
Okay, chapter 18, Dumbledore's Army.
Was this a good time to pause for me to throw a
Yes,
frozen
a frozen pizza
in the
oven. We need to get a frozen pizza scholarship. Not scholarship. Sponsorship.
We
I
need
would-
some. That would be awesome.
I would love a frozen pizza scholarship. Oh,
One,
wait, are you
yes,
talking about
yeah.
sponsorship?
I would go back to school with a frozen pizza scholarship. But two, a sponsorship would be cool
Yes.
for this podcast.
My preference would be Totino's, but I would settle for Jack's.
Yeah, I can't remember what the brand is of the one I'm about to throw in. I'll come back and let you know.
I mean,
but
I'm not assuming that we're gonna get a Red Baron or Tombstone sponsorship. That's above our pay grade, and I get it.
I don't know, man. Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although listeners out there, if any of you low key have a connection to a frozen pizza company,
Freshetta.
maybe just mention that at the next family get together. Holidays are coming up. Maybe just throw our name out there. Little plug for AMP. What do you think?
Yeah, listen
Just
to
a
this
couple
podcast.
of AMP boys needing a
Amp
pizza scholarship.
boys. We're Amp boys needing a pizza scholarship.
Just
I
just a
will
couple of Amp
absolutely go
boys
back
trying
to
to get-
school
trying to get
wearing
a-
shirts that have Tombstone on the back or whatever, like a DiGiorno, like one of those hats and you see in a movie that's a pizza box.
I just want a DiGiorno ad before every Instagram post.
Yes.
Just ridiculously placed DiGiorno commercials on our episodes,
Mhm.
like our podcast.
Mhm. It can be product placement. We can just start low key comparing things to cheese filled crusts.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and talking about how it's better to do something at home than get it delivered.
Absolutely.
Subliminal advertisement. Okay, go put in your pizza.
All right.
Brought to you by Totino's.
Oh yeah, got that bruschetta in the oven, baby.
Freshetta is honestly really good. I don't want to
Yeah.
give them free. Wait, is that what you put in was freshetta?
Oh yeah,
That's a good call.
That's about all Hannah and I buy anymore.
I'm impressed that you have the willpower to not just get the Kroger brand ones, which I think are
Yeah.
good and I like.
Some of those are pretty good. They sell the ones that are they're huge and they're pre-made. They're kind of by the deli.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those are actually pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're more expensive.
They are.
You know what I don't want? You'd have to really convince me that we need a California Pizza Oven sponsorship. Because it's who do you think you are, California Pizza? There's no way. I've never had one, but there's no way it's actually 3 times better than a perfectly good other pizza. They're so expensive.
Yeah, I've never really gotten on the California train.
What's the other one that's really expensive? It's Home Run or something? Home something?
Is Red Baron?
Red Baron is more in the Tombstone range, I feel like. It's
Yeah,
little
that's
more.
what. Okay, yeah. Man, we need a frozen pizza sponsorship.
Yeah, and a frozen pizza scholarship. We'll
And
do.
I just need a frozen pizza in front of me right now.
Have we talked about this? Have you ever eaten a frozen Totino's pizza roll, like pre-cooked, before you cook it yourself? Just pop
Like
one
I'm
out,
gonna eat it frozen.
just out of the bag.
No.
Oh yeah,
No, why would you do that?
because you're hungry.
Well, I also don't want to break all my teeth.
Well, you don't just like chomp into it. You like soften it up. You just like you let it sit in there a little bit, and you kind of gnaw on it.
Okay. I just want to read Hannah and I's text reaction about the frozen pizza real quick. Okay.
Please do. Wait. I need you to do a ridiculous voice for Hannah's part of the conversation.
Okay. All right. At 7:01 p.m., I texted my wife and said, "Let me know when you head home and I'll throw the pizza in!" Exclamation point. At 7:40 p.m., my wife Hannah responded, "Headed home!" I responded within that same minute, "Perfect!" Exclamation point. I just threw it in the oven. And here's her shot at comedy. 7:41. Well, you didn't have to throw it. I'm sure placing would have been sufficient.
That's the most Hannah thing I've heard in my whole life.
It really, really is.
Hannah's like, an opportunity for comedic value.
To which I am sending the emoji with just like the closed eyes and straight face.
Yeah. Which will have a spiral effect of just discouraging her from trying to be funny in the future, which will make her less funny.
You would think that it has the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
It then usually
girls.
spirals into like, see, I'm funny. You can't. You just have a tough time admitting how funny I am.
That's so interesting. Rachel and I do that opposite. She'll be like, "You think you're so funny," and I'll be like, "We both know I am funny. Like, just admit it."
Yeah, we have some of those too.